Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Lords of the Night. With me, as always, is the Lord of Pain, Ranting Monkey.
Hello.
Hi, guys.
And also the Lord of Interruptions, SDA. And I'm your host, Scribe, the
That was
Lord of
Monkey's turn.
the Lord of I Hate Iron Fist. I want to take a moment. I binge watched The Defenders today. I'm not going to spoil anything.
Scribe.
All I'm going to say is, right now anyway, I mean, there'll be more later. All I'm going to say is that the establishing scenes that deal specifically with Daredevil, because they have all these little like vignettes with the different characters in the lead up to the big meetup. All the little Daredevil scenes reminded me why Daredevil season 1 was so good. The cinematography, the acting by the actors, the situations of them all, right on point. And each one of those scenes completely put to shame everything else in the show. But we'll talk about that at another time. How are you guys tonight?
I'm good.
As I told the chat earlier, I'm a little bit out of it, guys. I will do my best to stay engaged. I had to take a little extra medicine because of pain, so I will do my best.
What we need to do is sing my dad happy birthday.
All right now?
Yeah.
Is he listening?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't know.
Hold on, let me double check. Hold on.
Yeah, just make sure. I want to make sure that he's actually listening. Okay, well, so we'll take a second. Let's see. Hello, chat. How are you? Hi, Lady Monkey. Hi, Meshi Sue. Hi, Pat. Hi, Minding Freedom. All of our wonderful moderators. I think Bloodwing's in here somewhere, too. Our moderators don't get enough love, I don't think, for keeping an eye on things for us. So just wanted to give you guys a shout out real quick.
Okay, they're listening. Happy birthday, Spunk. Happy, God damn it. Hi, Lady Monkey.
Happy birthday, Spunk.
I meant to say hi, Lady Monkey, and then it just came out like that.
All right. SDA is having a verbal aphasia. It's okay. She's fine.
Yeah, I am.
Okay, so
real
we have to
quick.
Terry
Diamana said, if you hear something in the background, should you assume I'm playing with my spinner and distracted? I'm doing that right now.
All right. Well, that'll be an accessory to us attempting to sing happy birthday in the quality fashion that we do. So
I'm ready.
This is to SDA's dad. So Dad DA.
Daddy, okay, got
Daddy A. All right. On a 1 and a 2 and a 17. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday
to you. Happy birthday, Daddy A. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday.
Yay.
I love that so much.
Daddy
I have
A.
fun with that.
Not Daddy O, Daddy A. Let's see. Is there anything else we want to talk about before we get into the wonderful schnews of the day?
I just want to, just in case you guys,
So do you want to do programming notes real quick? We can hit them again at the end.
Yeah, that's fine.
Because we have a lot going on.
Yeah, go ahead, SDA.
Yeah. All right. So tomorrow I won't be here because I will be at the meetup in Atlanta with Jeff Holiday and the guys from Poisoning the Well. And if you're in the Atlanta area and you want to come say hi, we will be at Battle and Brew in Sandy Springs. It's right off of 285 at 8 p.m. Also, Baywatch, which would normally be tomorrow night at 7 p.m., which obviously I'm not going to be there to do that. We're going to move it to Sunday night at 7 p.m. So Baywatch is still happening, just not tomorrow night.
Okay.
We have our last Boy Scout stream on your channel.
Yes, on my channel, on this channel, on Sunday.
Yes. Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, noon Pacific.
Yes. Yeah. So if you have not already seen The Last Boy Scout and would like to listen along as we dissect it, you have, 48 hours thereabouts to find a copy and watch it.
Yes.
Today, I also, just as a, whoa, you okay?
Drop my spinner.
Oh, well, that's a tragedy. Just as a note for future reference, I today received my copies of Harley Davidson, The Marlboro Man, and as well Running Scared. So I'm set for the future. Falcon Millennial, thank you very much. Why didn't you give advanced warning, SDA?
I told you guys about it as soon as I found out.
Yeah, she's been talking about the meetup for like days now. Yeah,
I found out. Well, Monkey messaged me on, I think it was Monday, asking if I knew about it, and then I tweeted, "Oh, I'm in Atlanta. I should go." And then Sophane messaged me on Twitter and was like, "Hey, you want to be a part of this and all that?" So I found out about it Monday, and I believe I talked about it Monday night.
Yep.
I think I've been talking about it all week.
Yep. Your boy Pat, yes, Running Scared with Gregory Hines, because
such a great movie.
As buddy cop movies go, it actually predated Lethal Weapon. So at some point we will look at that one too.
I want to do that on my channel.
No. So the reservation is yours. So Monkey Dick, Jim Jones movies, and if you have not already, please hit that like button. Appreciate it.
And two more things. Bloodwing has his our loyal mod here for us and great friend of the show, has his NFL stream. Give me the times, Bloodwing, because I don't remember what time you're doing it. I know when you did it before, but. And our pal Gutenberg is going to be in Boston tomorrow, live streaming what's going on down there. And we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, we'll get to YouTube time on that.
Yeah, we're going to, am I allowed to say, never mind.
Yeah, we'll get there.
We'll get there.
Okay, so
I think that's all the programming notes.
Okay, so shall we, okay, so Bloodwing, it's a 6 p.m. Eastern tomorrow for Bloodwing's football stream. So go subscribe to Bloodwing. You can click on his little name there on the chat and go there and listen to and participate in football talk.
I'm going to toss the link to the bar to Scribe Light, and so he can put that in the description.
Yeah, I'll get that added soon.
Okay. I'm just going to shoot it to you on Twitter. That way you have it.
Okay. All right. Shall we get into the schnews of the day?
Yes, I'm actually excited for the news today. I really am.
All right. Well, the big news today, of course, was we had another terrorist attack.
Did we?
Finland had a stabbing attack.
Oh, no.
And 2 people are dead. I'm going to start with this because we'll get to the political stuff in a moment, because there is other quote-unquote big news today, but I wanted to get this out of the way first. Finland attack. 2 killed in Turku stabbing spree. At least 2 people were killed and 6 others hospitalized Friday in a stabbing attack at 2 markets in the Finnish city of Turku, police said. Officers took a suspect into custody after shooting him in the leg. Friday night, state broadcaster YLE reported police had taken several other suspects into custody. Police have not revealed a motive and said it was too early to tell whether the attack was terror-related. Quote, "We have a heightened awareness level of terrorism currently, but we do not have any specific threats to act upon," Superintendent Stefan Sundqvist told CNN. The attack prompted police to boost patrols across the country, and security has been tightened at the Helsinki-Vantaa airport and train stations. And then there's some pictures. One in particular shows a covered-up body, it appears, on one side of it, and it's just, so no motive known yet. Could have been a nut job, could have been planned, but if they took several suspects into custody, you got to wonder if it's not some kind of organized thing. And it happened at 2 different markets. Trying to see if they say how long in between. The attack occurred around 4 p.m. local time at 2 marketplaces close to each other. This sounds like it might have been organized, but it's hard to tell.
Organized stabbings. That's fucking scary.
Yeah, that is. But anyway, so I just wanted to bring that one up first before we get into the.
For the record, that's not what I was excited about.
No, I know. I was pulling a fast one.
I'm so excited to get into the news.
Oh, more stabbings! Yay! No, I was pulling a fast one just for the sake of
that's gonna get taken
gallows humor.
So out of context.
Yeah, but now we'll get to the actual news as alluded to in the title of tonight's stream. Bannon all hope, ye who listen here, because after much buildup, hell, even I think when what's his name, the Mooch Scaramucci.
Oh, yeah. Scaramucci.
Even Scaramucci, before he was summarily fired, was alluding to a possibility of Bannon, Steve Bannon, getting out of the White House, because that actually happened today.
Yes,
but Steve Bannon had a golden parachute in the sense that he already has a job again. Steve Bannon returns to Breitbart after ouster from White House. And the subheading to this from our author at CNN, who is Oliver Darcy, that didn't take long. Steve Bannon returned to Breitbart News as executive chairman on Friday following his ouster from the White House, the far-right website announced in a press release. Bannon chaired the outlet's evening editorial meeting, the press release added. Quote, "I feel jacked up," Bannon told the Weekly Standard. "Now I'm free. I've got my hands back on my weapons." What was that? You okay?
I'm good.
Are you playing with your fidget spinner?
Yeah.
I'm
listening, though.
You're going to hurt yourself.
Oh, my mom, we were at a store today and my mom found a fidget spinner and she was like, "Is this the fidget spinners? How do you do it?"
Oh, no.
And I was like, "You cannot have a fidget spinner." And like, we were in line at like the checkout because they put them at all the checkouts now. And the guy, like the cashier, started laughing at me.
Did you hear Lady Monkey?
What?
She just told me to put my fidget spinner down.
Yeah, it's probably for the best.
Yeah, I was like, "Mom, no fidget spinners." And she was like, "I don't want one. I just want to know how they work." And I was like, "That's how it starts."
All right. Someone said, "It's Bannon the Barbarian. I am definitely going to crush the opposition. There's no doubt. I built a fucking machine at Breitbart, and now I'm about to go back knowing what I know, and we're about to rev that machine up. And rev it up we will do."
We will do.
I read it as it is written.
I am a writer. We will do. Okay.
Breitbart editor-in-chief Alex Marlow welcomed Bannon back in a statement, saying that Breitbart had gained an executive chairman with his finger on the pulse of the Trump agenda. Grab him by the pussy. Oh, wait, no, that's me. President Trump fired Bannon earlier in the day, multiple White House officials told CNN. The departure of Bannon, who served as White House chief strategist, immediately prompted interest as to whether he would return to Breitbart, the website that has been unfailingly supportive of Trump since the dawn of his presidency. The mood inside Breitbart was mixed. One person familiar with the matter, which we won't name, of course, told CNN that there was a contingent of Breitbart staffers who desperately wanted Bannon to return, but others had hoped Bannon would not return, a separate person said, citing the brash and bombastic manner in which he worked with employees. The website's CEO, Larry Solov, welcomed Bannon back with open arms. Well, why wouldn't he? If he didn't, he'd probably get fired. Let's see. Speculation swirled on Friday over whether Bannon's firing from the White House would push Breitbart to gear up for... Why are we talking about this? Why are we talking about the drama about his firing? CNN?
Because there's a lot more at stake than just him being fired.
Is Monkey roboting, or am I roboting?
Yeah, that was Monkey.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
Let's make sure. Cryptic, thank you so much. Soon, fidget spinners will be used in porn. Please.
Somebody Google and see if that's already a thing.
Hold on. Is Cryptic, is that the ad you want? Fidget spinners in porn? Because I can probably do that thing right about now without having to script it. Just if you're curious, I'm just saying. But let me know.
Am I better now?
Yes.
Well, that's a matter of opinion.
What I was saying, the reason that they're not concentrating on him being fired is because that is actually the least interesting part of this story. The Bannon getting freed from working at the White House, going back to Breitbart, should scare the shit out of liberals who are right now enjoying a almost pure monopoly on the narrative going out. And Breitbart hasn't been the same since he's left. It really hasn't. They've been much tamer. You don't hear their name out there much. And
especially with Milo gone. And and the guy whose name suddenly I'm forgetting because the
Shapiro.
What? Yeah, Ben Shapiro. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so Cryptic doesn't mind fidget spinners and porn. So here we go. This broadcast is brought to you by Cryptic nipple of fidget spinners. If you want to torture your monkey in the most fashionable way possible on camera, Cryptic fidget spinners can be used to twist them nips all the way until they pop off for fun and, horniness. Endorsed by Lady Monkey, she likes fidgeting those twists. That was unscripted if you couldn't tell.
We could.
I haven't done a totally unscripted one in quite a while. So am I thinking on my feet very well? Probably not.
Can I just point out, chat is lit up with the fact that Bearing is streaming right now.
I mean, Bearing is streaming. Okay, guys, and we've gone through this so many times now. Do not go to Bearing stream and talk about tongue buttering turtle caves. We've told you before, do not do that. It would be bad. It would be rude. So
especially don't name us.
Yeah, don't mention Lords of the Night or any of us individually. That would just be bad form. Just do not do that. Okay. So yeah, there's.
Yes, there you go. Since we've already done since you guys already did the tongue buttering.
Yes. What we did? SDA. Was I drunk? What?
No,
not us. Them.
Okay.
Somebody recommended, talking about fidget spinners. I would not talk about fidget spinnering somebody's turtle cave.
Ew. Fidget spinnering? That's
yeah.
That would be
that would be abhorrent. Don't do so.
Yeah, don't talk about using a fidget spinner assisted by tongue butter lubricant in a turtle cave. Just don't do it.
And don't word it specifically like that, please.
No. That's copyrighted. That's mine. You can't do that. That's brand Scribe Light. You can't do that. So as far as other news, hey, would you guys like to hear something that almost sounds like deja vu for a third time?
Oh gosh, yes.
Can you imagine that a man has been arrested after 23 immigrants found in semi near El Paso? And no, this is not a repeat of a previous story. This is a brand new story, the third one of note in the last month. As far as I know, nobody was found dead or close to dying, but I haven't gotten a story yet. So let's see. Federal officials say a man has been arrested on a charge of transporting people who are illegally in the U.S. after 23 people were found in a semi-trailer he was driving on Interstate 10 near El Paso. U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement say 44-year-old Comothiel Harper, Comothial, Harper, a U.S. citizen from Bainbridge, Georgia. Hey! That's SDA's backyard. Was arrested Wednesday. He remained in jail Friday. Jail records don't list an attorney. Officials say the 3 Guatemalans and 20 Mexicans appeared to be in good health. On Monday, Border Patrol agents found 20 immigrants crammed into a locked semi-trailer in an Interstate 10 checkpoint southwest of El Paso. A Border Patrol spokesman said they were in good condition. Last month, 10 people entering the U.S. died after being found inside a sweltering tractor trailer outside a San Antonio Walmart. So there you go for that one.
Am I mistaken? Do they not check trucks at the border?
How do you get 20 people? I don't get it. I was just watching. So there's this series. I got actually a couple of series you can find on YouTube. The episodes of UK Border Force and Australia Border Security. Oh, Base Mama's in the chat. Hi, Mama. And they have these scenes where they got these UK guys at Calais, and they check all the trucks. Like there's all these different regulations on how you have to have your truck sealed down, and they've got like CO2 detectors to see if there's people breathing inside the shipments and all this stuff. And they catch people trying to sneak in all the time. I don't get how you get 20 people in a truck across the border without being detected.
Having helped unload trucks before, I mean, I can see how they do it, but with the technology we have, you're absolutely right. There's no reason for it.
Yeah, the CO. I mean, they show these CO2 detectors, and it's amazing. It's like you'd have these guys trying to beat it by putting plastic bags over their heads and trying to breathe underneath those while they wait to get past the checkpoint, which is, of course, nuts. But that's what they do to try to get across. So I don't know. and the fact this is like 3 times in the last month, it just seems like something's not quite working at the border. So,
yeah.
Let's see. Otherwise, I don't have any other sort of news stories. We'll get to MSS News in a moment, but I did want to bring up something that the Washington Post just posted a few minutes ago, and the headline alone. Now, I have no idea what's going to happen in Boston tomorrow, or the like 8 other cities where supposedly rallies and demonstrations are planned to take place. But this headline, I would love to see if this headline rings true in the next 24 hours, because this is what the Washington Post. Now, this is a op-ed, so it's not a news story per se, but headline says, "Why the American left gave up on political violence." And the subheading is, "And why the right increasingly embraced it." Okay, now the author of this opinion piece is Yoav Fromer, and I'll spell it out. YOAVFROMER. He teaches American history and politics at Tel Aviv University and Yeshiva University. He is currently at work on a book about Daniel Patrick Moynihan and American liberalism. All right, so
you have that super chat there.
Do we? Sorry, I had the article open. What do we have here? Oh, heck. Thank you, Sweeper Steven. Just stopping in on my way to work to show some love, and I totally did not do the tongue butter thing to bearing, and you guys pick. All right, I will get a random one up for you here. And I will not freestyle it, because we saw what the results of that were. I heard Lady Monkey laughing, so hopefully it was at least entertaining for somebody. So I'm going to read a little bit of this. I read the first paragraph just to make sure I wasn't seeing things, and here we go. President Trump, in part, was right. There is blame to go around for the unrest in Charlottesville. There is fear, intolerance, demonization, and I was about to say demonetization. I was like, wait a second, what? And growing hatred on both the extreme left and the extreme right. But despite what Trump has claimed repeatedly in his public statements since the tragic events there, the willingness to employ organized violence to achieve political goals remains a signature quality of only one side, and it's not the left. Extremism on the left is real. It can be seen in attempts to stifle the free speech of conservative speakers on university campuses, as at Middlebury and Berkeley, in the belligerent attitudes towards corporations and capitalism expressed, for instance, by some fringes of the Occupy Wall Street crowd and anti-globalization protesters, and among anti-Zionist movements that peddle conspiracy theories, such as the contention that Jews control U.S. foreign policy to delegitimize Israel. Yet all of this falls well short of the methodical, organized, and strategic violence and incitement embraced by right-wing extremists whose leaders profess faith in the necessity of the fight. Nothing the left can do today even comes close to that, and hasn't for decades. Hold on. Nothing the left can do today. Anyone is capable of anything if they feel they are in the moral right to do so.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it doesn't, and of all people, this guy should have an idea of that between Israel and Palestine. You want to talk about people who feel they're on the right side of the question, what are they capable of? Anything. And like Monkey has said repeatedly, the only reason we haven't seen Antifa take any lives yet is because they're too stupid and cowardly to actually follow through. Not that I'm encouraging it, but let's just look at what happened at Berkeley and everything else. It's just like, ugh.
Yeah, they've only avoided killing people because they're inept. That's the only thing that's kept it from being an
like
issue.
you said, it's not like they haven't tried to do it.
Yeah.
They have.
And I am happy for them to continue being inept at it.
Me too.
I mean, it doesn't matter to Antifa or anybody else. If you are inept at hurting other people, hey, great. I hope you get arrested for the attempt, but hey, I'm great with you being stupid at trying to hurt people.
Yeah, it's kind of like whenever, people try to suicide bomb and something happens and the bomb goes off early and it only kills the suicide bomber.
Right.
It's great when that happens, but it doesn't mean that they weren't willing to try.
Have you guys seen the Antifa training video?
No.
Yes. Oh my God. That's a joke, right?
No, that is not a joke.
What?
There's an Antifa training video out there where they're training each other how to fight. And it is the saddest thing,
though, right?
No, it is not a joke.
Oh my god! But like, they're so
bad. Yes, they're very bad.
That is like the gayest shit I've ever seen in my entire life.
Scribe, I'll try to find it and send it to you. It is beautiful.
Well, in that same vein, and I'm going to set that one aside, the op-ed, because his premise alone, you know, I'm not a historian. He might have a point that there has been more political violence from one aspect of the, you know, spectrum to the other in the aggregate of history. I don't know. I don't think that's necessarily true. I think anybody's capable of anything, but whatever. As far as it being today, he is giving a lot of cover to a lot of stuff, because I see more Antifa, Black Lives Matter, deaths and destruction and riots than I do white supremacists. You know, white supremacists did not burn down Baltimore.
Right.
White supremacists were not hitting people with bike locks in Berkeley.
Mm-hmm.
It's just now. And again, this is you always have to give this qualification, or at least I feel like you have to. This is not in support of white supremacists.
Right.
I'm just saying that if you excuse violence, period, on either side or the other, you are encouraging more to occur. That's all you're doing. Doesn't matter which side we're talking about.
Well, and like we said, it's not like there was property damage or anything like that. They clearly
that's not violence. That's not violence, don't you know?
I know, but like the white supremacists were clearly not there to cause violence, because had they been there to cause violence, there would have been buildings on fire, property damage, like we've seen with Antifa and like we've seen with Black Lives Matter. It was all interpersonal.
I do take exception with the way you said that. They were not there necessarily to destroy stuff, but I do think they came looking for a fight too. If the other side hadn't shown up, then there wouldn't have been any fight. But they were there also looking for a fight.
Well, no, that's fair. That's fair.
They were baiting for a confrontation.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yes, they were.
You're right. But had they not shown up, there would have been no violence, I guess.
Right. There were assholes everywhere, though. Yeah.
I mean, if you want to have an explosive, nitrogen and glycerin don't do anything by themselves. You have to mix them together, and it's a conscious choice to do so.
Yeah, I think you're right. I worded that incorrectly. I think that what I really mean to say is that there wouldn't have been an incident had nobody been there for them to fight.
Right, and the only reason that I corrected you there is because I have said that on this stream within the last week. I've said it exactly that way, and I thought about it afterwards. I did want to point out, those fuckers were looking for a fight too. But the only reason they got a fight is because the other side showed up ready to attack.
Yeah, and you're right about that.
In that same vein, there is another little piece on CNN that I wanted to look at real quick because I wasn't sure where they were going with it. But to CNN's kind of credit, I don't know yet, they are becoming more curious about Antifa on their website and in the articles they're posting, because we have this one from Sarah Ganem and Chris Welch that was posted today. Unmasking the leftist Antifa movement. Activists seek peace through violence.
Don't fuck me.
Now, I mean, I don't know if that is like they're just sort of regurgitating what Antifa's message is, or if this is what the authors are trying to argue to us yet. So I guess we'll find out. And I'm just going to read a little bit. If it becomes interesting, I might go further, but I'll just read the first part here. On the morning of Donald Trump's inauguration, Keval Bat hunted through a closet in his parents' Virginia home for the darkest clothes he could find. The 19-year-old didn't own much black, the color he knew his fellow protesters would wear head to toe in the streets of Washington that day. As Bat drove into the city for his first ever protest, he hesitated. Quote, I thought there's a very good chance that I might get arrested, that my whole life could be radically altered in a negative way if I kept driving, and I was really close to turning around, he told CNN. But I think the rationale is that even if it did negatively affect my life, I had still contributed to this movement that was necessary. I was still making an effort to make other people's lives better, even if it made my life worse. And once I realized that, I had no regrets. Sounds like martyr syndrome to me, but
doesn't it?
Bat joined protesters dressed completely in black, some with their faces covered by masks, a tactic known as Black Bloc that aims to aims to unify demonstrators' efforts and hide their identities. And with them, Bat got arrested. He was rounded up with more than 200 other people and charged with a felony for inciting a riot. He has said he didn't engage in any violence and has pleaded not guilty. An initial hearing is set for next month. A federal indictment charges individuals in the group with starting fires, property destruction, and physical violence that erupted on the streets as the 45th president of the United States took his oath of office. Let's see, moving down a little bit because, okay. Many of those arrested identified themselves as part of the Antifa movement. Its name derives from anti-fascist and has come to represent what experts who track these organizations call the hard left, or alt-left, depending.
The alt-left.
An ideology that runs afield of the Democratic Party platform and supports oppressed populations as it protests the amassing of wealth by corporations and elites. Yes, they're all just Robin Hoods, ladies and gentlemen. Antifa activists who operate without any centralized leadership told CNN that their goal is peace and inclusivity. Unless you disagree with us and you're a garbage can.
Yes,
especially if you're a garbage can.
Especially if you're a garbage can.
Or even worse, or Starbucks.
You know, garbage cans are some of our most vulnerable minorities, just so you know. They often denounce capitalism and government. Since Trump entered the world stage, yeah, okay, so we want inclusivity unless you're a capitalist. Unless you're for government. Then you guys could fuck off. Since Trump entered the world stage, I mean, since like 1984, they've condemned his push to tighten immigration rules and what some view as his tendency towards racism. While Antifa members don't fit a single category, they say many are millennials and many live on society's fringes in mom and dad's house. Oh, wait. Undocumented immigrants, transgender people, low-wage workers, those who don't conform to the traditional 9 and 5. So you mean unemployed? Unemployed millennials.
Yes.
Or just college students.
Yeah.
That also have a part-time job. Like, that's not weird.
Thank you, Cryptic. Good thing about all these companies going SJW. I'm canceling all of my subscriptions. YouTube, Spotify, Uber. Oh, is Uber social justice now? I don't even...
Is Spotify?
Oh, yeah, they are.
Well, Spotify decided to... What? Huh?
Apparently, Bering is cursing me on his stream.
Oh, cursing you? That's
just
not fair.
you?
I told you guys.
I want some credit.
Jesus.
I don't know. I'm just hearing Skeptalk said Bering's cursing me on his stream.
Yeah, Spotify decided to purge its catalog of things that were, I guess, categorized as white power music or racist music. I don't know. Like, there's some bands that were like obviously, I don't know, neo-Nazi or something that had some songs on their service.
There are neo-Nazi bands?
Oh, sure. There's the have you ever seen the movie American History X? I
have not seen it.
Scribe.
Oh, I know. I know it is a rhetorical.
You know she
yeah. Whenever I say,
whenever.
Okay. Let me just say this to sort of underline from now into the future. Whenever I ask SDA anything that starts with the phrase, "Have you ever seen the movie blank?" it is a rhetorical question. Just so you know.
Then don't ask it. Obviously,
I know, but I'm just saying
the movie.
Anyway,
unless it's Disney, the answer is no.
The Black Cauldron.
Fuck.
Yeah. Okay. Moving on.
Wait, no, I've seen part of that movie. I have seen at least 32.36% of that movie.
How much?
32.36% exactly.
How do you know that exactly?
Because I like math.
Okay.
And
let's see. There's another super chat there.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Cryptic. If it's just those types of music, then meh. Yeah, I don't care. I mean, if you had a band or a set of songs that were promoting like actual murder or something of people and that kind of thing, and again, you know, as they say, it's a private company. If they don't want that on there for their, I can understand that. You know. Thank you, Terry Diamantis. SDA will be happy to know that Minding Freedom carried the movie-hating banner well in her absence. It's true. Minding Freedom knows nothing about movies either, so he was a perfect fit.
Yeah, but he's like German. He basically lives in North Korea.
Jesus.
Wow.
They don't.
You
They're
do
not
know
allowed to. No,
Germany's
they're
a-
not allowed to have 24-hour supermarkets.
Tell
That
us
is a
more.
crime against humanity.
Mining freedom. Unified Germany is equitable to North Korea. Just so you know, SDA
It
says that.
is.
Mining
It
freedom
feels like
says
he's
we do
judging me
have
right
all the
now.
Hollywood movies. He says we do have them. He just doesn't watch them
See,
because.
he doesn't watch them.
Let's see.
Scribe, are you judging me right now?
Right now.
Always.
Let's see.
What story were we talking about?
We were talking about the SDAs, CNN's, three-letter combinations of things. I get confused. CNN's little unmasking of Antifa. But
right.
I'm pretty much done with that, and I think it's time for MSS News. Now,
the only thing I want to say about that is recently I've seen several articles talking about Antifa, and they're trying to really humanize them, and that fuck that. These guys are assholes. They're violent assholes, and fuck them.
I'm really curious to see if anything untoward happens in Boston or elsewhere in the next 24 hours. I'm very curious to see how it is categorized. SDA, since Monkey is a little cloudy in the head because of medication, I've only got one ad to write right now, so I'll be done. I'll be free pretty quick. But could you handle a couple of MSS News stories real quick?
Yeah, I just want you to know that I can't read either, so.
I know.
This is going to be a shit show either way.
Yeah, it's the Georgia public education system, so it's not your fault. You're just a victim. You're just a victim. I understand. Yeah.
I mean, I would be a victim.
Yeah, it's all the focus
because their mom and dad were related before marriage.
No, it's all the focus on peach farming rather than education.
Actually, we farm more peanuts than we do peaches, but that's okay.
Jimmy Carter.
Yes, Jimmy Carter. That just like anybody in the chat who's not like our age is going to understand anything about that. Just saying that. Hey, Jimmy Carter, what's that got to do with peanuts? I don't know.
All right, this comes from, I forget. Teen sent to internet addiction camp dies within 48 hours. A Chinese couple sent their teenage son to an internet addiction treatment camp, and within days he was dead. As the BBC reports, boot camps for internet game and gaming addictions have become popular in China, with some being criticized as using harsh military-style discipline on attendees. Some even beat patients or use electroshock therapy. The 18-year-old who died earlier this month in Fuyang has been sent to a camp that promised psychological counseling and physical training, according to the Telegraph. The camp said no corporal punishment will be used. 2 days after the teen was dropped off by his mother on August 3rd, he was rushed to the hospital where he died. His parents say the doctors told them their son's body had sustained more than 20 external injuries, and they also suffered internal injuries.
Okay. Real quick, thank you, Point Curation. In regards to organizations downplaying the significance of Antifa and others, check out Mouthy Buddha's latest video on Colbert's obfuscation. So there's a plug for Mouthy Buddha. I don't know of that person in particular, but there you go.
I watch some of his content. Sometimes he's really good. Sometimes he makes me want to pull my hair out.
Okay. And thank you, Jesse Jess. Antifa are hemorrhoids on infected assholes.
Gross.
Ew.
Fucking disgusting.
But not untrue.
Okay. This comes from G Prime. Vigilante protesters start digging up body of Confederate general and KKK leader Nathan Forrest from his grave.
Oh, God.
A group of protesters who want the body of an alleged Ku Klux Klan leader removed from their city have broken soil over their grave. Campaigners claim it has taken officials in Memphis, Tennessee too long to exhume Nathan Bedford Forrest, who was a lieutenant general in the Confederate States Army. They also want the statue of a soldier on a horse on the burial site to be removed. The rebel cavalryman who died in 1877 has been buried in the city's health sciences park since 1904.
Yeah, exhuming dead bodies, grave robbing. That's great.
Yeah, because he's doing a lot of damage now, so you can dig him up and kill him again.
Yeah. Real quick, I have Sweeper Steven's ad ready.
Go ahead.
Sweeper Steven requested a random, and this is the the wonderful bounty that the Amazon random product generator has brought me. Sweeper Stevens Holiday Baby Clothes, featuring the little blue onesie, I Ate My Dreidel, and the fan favorite, I Smell Like Reindeer Poop. Celebrate the holiday of your choice by embarrassing your helpless toddler with Sweeper Stevens holiday onesies.
Nice.
Now, I made up the reindeer poop one, but I Ate My Dreidel is actually a onesie you can buy off of Amazon, apparently.
I ate my
There you
dreidel.
go. I ate my dreidel. So I am presently free to do some MSS news. So I'll save you from having to read words SDA. If you want me to.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Oh, this should be good. This comes from Stargazer. Oh, I love a list. It's a top 10. Oh, boy. All right, here we go. White people, here are 10 requests from a Black Lives Matter leader.
No.
Oh, and they're short. Oh, thank goodness. They're not like long paragraphs. And this comes from, the author is Chanel Helm. Okay, here we go. Some things I'm thinking about that should change in that Southern Black grandma voice. Okay. Well, maybe SDA should read this. Anyway.
I ain't black.
Thank you.
No, he meant when you do your accents.
You do street. Number one, white people. If you don't have any descendants, will your property to a black or brown, oh, sorry, will your property, like as in your will, they didn't capitalize this, so that's why. Will your property to a black or brown family, preferably one that lives in the generational poverty. Okay.
Okay.
Two, white people. If you're inheriting property you intend to sell upon acceptance, give it to a black or brown family. You're you're bound to make that money in some other white privileged way.
Yeah, we just get money hand over fist being white.
Number three, if you are a developer or realty owner of multifamily housing, build a sustainable complex in a black or brown blighted neighborhood and let black and brown people live in it for free.
God damn it.
Okay. Number four, white people. If you can afford to downsize, give up the home you own to a black or brown family, preferably a family from generational poverty.
Dear author, suck my dick.
Number five, white people. If any of the people you intend to leave your property to are racist assholes, change the will and will your property to a black or brown. I'm seeing a pattern forming here. Preferably a family from generational poverty. Okay.
Can I will it to an Asian family? They're kind of brown.
They have to have a tan, though.
Yeah.
A tan Asian family.
Number six, white people. Rebudget your monthly. Rebudget your monthly. I'm reading this as it's written. Rebudget your monthly so you can donate to black funds for land purchasing. White people, especially
this sounds like a real estate scam.
It kind of does, doesn't it? White people, this is number seven, especially white women, because this is ya specialty. And I'm reading it as it's written, YAW, because this is ya specialty. Nosy Jenny and meddling Kathy. Get a racist fired. Ya know what the fuck they be saying. You are complicit when you ignore them. Get your boss fired, cause they racist too.
What if your boss is black?
He be racist.
Time to get him fired.
There's only three left. Thank God. And number eight, backing up number seven, this should be easy, but all those sheetless Klan, Nazis, and other lil dick white men will all be returning to work. Get they ass fired. Call the police even. They look suspicious. Okay.
This is why black men date white girls.
I think even Pat said that at some point.
Number nine. Okay, backing up number eight. If any white person at your work or as you enter in spaces and you overhear a white person praising the actions from yesterday, I don't know what yesterday they're talking about. First, get a pick.
Probably Charlotte.
Yeah, it could be. Get their name and more info. Hell, find out where they work. Well, if you see if the person's at your work, you know where they.
At your work.
Okay. Get them fired, but certainly address them. And if you need to, you got hands. Use them.
Oh, violence, nice.
Oh, that's not an incitement to violence. Okay. And number 10, lastly, and I don't know if that's yeah, number 10, the force. Yes. Commit to 2 things: fighting white supremacy where and how you can. This doesn't mean taking up knitting unless you're making scarves for black and brown kids in need. Knitting. And funding black and brown people and their work.
The fuck are they talking about?
Chanel Helm, the author, is co-founder and core organizer of Black Lives Matter Louisville. Oh, and her PayPal is here, just so you know.
Sweet.
Okay. Well, that was exciting. Thank you, Cryptic. Monkey will it to me. Thanks, man. Yeah, Cryptic's Asian.
That's right. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so everybody in the chat, if you have any spare property out there, real estate, like I'm talking like land, not mobile homes, like actual turf, will that to Cryptic because he is in need of land.
Okay, but here's the thing, right? If you just downsize your house and give it to some poor black and brown folk, okay, like let's say you have a house and you can actually afford to downsize, so it's like a big ass house. How is somebody who doesn't have enough money to buy that house going to sustain that house?
Lady Monkey wants to know what you have against mobile homes, Scribe.
Well, when I'm talking about real property, a mobile home is not real property because it is a structure on top of real property.
You can sometimes like you buy the land.
Well, yeah, that would be buying the land. That wouldn't be. Anyway.
I got to give it to her. She's actually being quite intelligent here in her stupidity. Land is where it's at. Land is where money's made.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah. So in that respect, she's actually being quite smart. The overall premise is fucking stupid, but I am impressed with that part of it.
Let's see. I'm gonna do like 1 or 2 more stories, and then we'll get to YouTube time. Let's see. I don't know if I care about that one. Oh, okay. This one comes from G Prime. It's from a site called Big League Politics. I'm not familiar with that one. And I'm going to make sure this isn't a satire site because I have to do that these days when it's something I don't recognize. Okay. This story came out a couple days ago. Man stabbed by Antifa mob outside his home for not condemning Nazis hard enough.
Jesus Christ.
Okay. A Vermont man says he was stabbed outside his home by a group of 5 masked men armed with box cutters on Tuesday after being labeled a Nazi sympathizer for denouncing attempts to ruin the life of a Unite the Right rally attendee, even though he himself strongly disavows white supremacy. The victim, Sam Wormer, who identifies as neither right or left, is so concerned about the divide in the country that even after being attacked, he wasn't sure that his story should be told. Leftist friends of his confirmed to Big League Politics that he frequently sticks up for, quote, marginalized members of the community. And there is a just huge, disgusting cut on his stomach in this picture. Holy shit. I will post the link into the chat, but, you know, for those of you who have a reluctance to see blood, just as a warning.
Can I say something real quick?
You can.
This is totally off topic, but it's something that I've been seeing a lot of on Twitter.
Okay.
I've been seeing a lot, and this is it's not really off topic, but it's related to this Antifa stuff. I've been seeing people saying, "Oh, here's the pictures of the person who did this. Find out who they are." And if you're trying to figure out what the identity is of somebody who actually committed a crime, fine. But if you figure it out, please don't fucking dox people. Just send the information to the cops.
Right.
Please don't dox anybody because you could have it wrong. And even if you don't have it wrong, it's not your place to go out for vigilante justice. Please, for the love of God, don't dox people. If you happen to find information of somebody who committed a deadly assault, great. Call your proper authorities, please.
Yeah, there's a bunch of people that are like doing things like taking screenshots of guys who are at a rally and then trying to do some kind of image match on Google or Facebook and thinking that they found the person when it's not.
Yeah.
You may be trying to be a good citizen by finding someone who has committed a crime, regardless of what side of the political equation they are. But you are not a law enforcement official, and outing somebody's identity on the internet as an implication of their guilt in something is not a good idea unless you have more proof than just an image search match.
And you know what? And if you are good at figuring out who people are, if you have the means to do so, great. Use that for good and figure out who the people are and send the information to the authorities, not fucking Twitter.
Yeah.
Okay? Okay. I have no problem with you guys catching criminals. I have a problem with you risking some innocent person's life, or even just with, either which I don't like doxing. No matter what, don't dox people.
Yeah.
Say over.
Okay. Let's see. Well, there's not much more to the story there. So there's this guy who, he wasn't being left enough for these guys apparently and got slashed across the stomach in a pretty, that's a nasty, nasty cut. That's going to be a few stitches at the very least. So let me see. I'll get one more story here, then we'll move on. See if there's anything. I'll try to find something funny. No, that's not funny. Somebody dying is not funny. That's not funny.
It can be. It depends on how they died.
Oh, here we go. How about this
Monkey.
What?
That's funny.
Oh.
Now, here's an example. If an Antifa person ended up getting killed by a trash can, that would be funny as fuck.
No, another thing that was really funny was that I think it was in 2011, the suicide bomber was planning to use like a cell phone to detonate the bomb. And the cell phone was on, and it was New Year's Eve, and their carrier texted them Happy New Year, and the bomb detonated, and they died.
See, that's funny. Anyway,
Happy
what story?
New Year.
So real quick, and I this isn't a story. Somebody took a screenshot of a tweet, and so I'm going to have to look this story up to see if it's real. But supposedly, the website I Fucking Love Science, or IFL Science, has created an article named "This Racist Soap Dispenser Reveals Why Diversity in Tech is Much Needed." I am assuming it's going to be telling us how a white-skinned hand is detected by this thing, whereas a darker-skinned hand is not. That's my guess. Should I even look up the story, and who's crunching into the microphone?
That was me. I'm done. Sorry. I've heard this story before, and that's exactly what it was.
Okay.
The way those things work is based on shadows. There's not, this is the same thing as the facial recognition that didn't recognize Chinese people because their eyes don't open enough.
Breaking news.
Sorry.
Breaking news. We have a situation that has occurred on Bearing's channel.
Oh, God damn it, Scribe. I thought something actually happened.
Well, hold on.
This is something.
Hold on. This happened on Bearing's channel. On behalf of the Lords of the Night, aka Ranting Monkey, Scribe Light, and Some Dumb American, do you look like the tongue butter in the turtle cave? LOL. And this is from Sweeper Steven.
We do not approve of that behavior.
God, I thought there was like another terrorist attack or something.
Hey, I potentially, and I'm going to have to look it up after the fact, potentially, SDA, your name and mine were read out by Bearing and his guests live on their stream. That's breaking news to me.
No, but I thought something happened.
Well, do you want something to happen?
No, I was worried that somebody got blown up.
Well, shouldn't you be relieved now that nothing happened?
But I'm also mad at you.
Well, you're mad at me. Why? Because I got your hopes up?
You made it sound like something happened.
I know that was the joke.
She was getting upset because it's not her night, and she was like, "They can't do that when it's not my night."
Look, I just want to say that first of all, my terror attack was better than his.
Jesus. Yo, I'll let you finish. I'll let you finish, but first you got to know, my terrorist attack was better than it. Yeah.
It was.
Let's see.
Earlier in the chat, somebody pointed out that people seem to get fired from the Trump administration on your nights, Scribe.
Oh, is that my thing? Aside from 9/11, is that my thing? Trump firings is my thing. Yeah, because that's right. Because Scaramucci,
Yeah.
I think Comey might have been it. Yeah, because I did Comey Chameleon. I remember that pun, Comey Chameleon. That was funny. I'm funny. I've done a pun title every time that somebody has been fired from Trump's White House if it was significant. Yeah. Okay.
Now I have my thing. You are such a quote farm, and sort of.
Yeah, she has vast tracts of land on which memes are just generated.
I said no lettuce.
Jesus. Well, shall we start into YouTube time?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're streaming.
Okay. Do you want you should fire when ready, monkey?
All right.
As it were. Point curation, thank you. Trump follows Scribe's channel closely. Yes, he's like, okay, I fired somebody. Is Scribe going to talk about it? Yes.
And ISIS follows mine closely.
Apparently so. And Zenith, yes, thank you again for your weaponized autism to discover that it would have been my night when 9/11 occurred.
9/11 was Scribe's fault.
Mining Freeman, she has vast tracts of land. Did you just call SDA fat, Scribe Light? No, vast tracts of land was a phrase in college that meant sizable cleavage.
Why do you have so much trouble saying? Hang on, Scribe. Why is minding freedom such a hard thing for you to say?
Did I say Freeman again?
Yeah, you did.
I officially dubbed the Mining Freeman because I obviously can't fucking say it, so I'm just going to change reality to fit what my verbal diarrhea can't seem to handle. So Mining Freeman. You have a red crowbar. That's all there is to it. You're a badger with a red crowbar. Now there is some fan art we need to see. Badger with a red crowbar, Mining Freeman.
Every time you say it, I think of Morgan Freeman.
Oh yeah, I wish I could do a Morgan.
Which is not a bad way to go.
Yeah. I'm thinking about renaming myself to Mining Freeman now, or at least make that your backup channel, if nothing else. Let's see. Do we have our special guest coming?
I sent the link. I haven't heard back yet.
Okay. Well, in the interim, SDA, what did you do on YouTube today?
I didn't have time to do anything today because I've been getting ready for everything tomorrow.
Okay.
But I'm trying to figure out a schedule of when I can make videos, school, write, this. I'm a busy beaver.
Whoa. If you say so. That was her, not me.
Nice beaver.
Yeah.
What the fuck does that mean?
It's a Naked Gun reference.
Yeah. No, it's a fucking animal.
Oh my God, SDA.
It builds dams. What?
SDA, are no, okay? Because I just really need to know. And this isn't a rhetorical question. Do you honestly have no idea the other meaning of beaver?
No.
Ladies and gentlemen, we now have a follow-up, a number 2, let's say, to the meatloaf piece of lore here. SDA, you continue to talk about how much you are a busy beaver. Go ahead.
Beaver away.
What does that mean?
Well, Chad is trying to tell you. They're trying to give you a heads up.
Smush cookie. Why would you call it a beaver?
This has been...
It's been around for a long time.
Yeah, this has been a slang word for vagina since forever. Like before my dad was born, it was called that.
Gross.
We didn't do it.
Oh, Goomberg, there you are.
Oh.
Hey, what's up, guys? Can you hear it?
Holy
what
cow,
the fuck?
Are you live at the scene?
I'm in South Boston right now. I'm outside of a bar. I came out just to hang out with you guys for a minute.
Cool. Well, everyone, Gutenberg is here to give us a quick rundown on what he's going to be up to in the next 24 hours, which may be both interesting and or dangerous depending on the circumstances. So, Gutenberg, tell us what you see.
Well, I walked down, dare I say, I walked down to the quote-unquote battlegrounds area tomorrow, and they were setting up barricades and whatnot. They were putting up cameras on the light poles. Heavy police presence, and it wasn't even it's the day of. So I think they're expecting a fairly large turnout on both sides. And the Boston Common itself is not that big. It's probably 500 meters by 700 meters in width. And it could probably only hold comfortably 7,000 people, probably. And that's about how many people they estimated are going to show up tomorrow, between 7,000 and 10,000.
Now, have you seen anyone like in and around there that looks like they are a protester of any stripe in waiting for tomorrow?
Well, when I showed up, it was really early, and then it started raining. So I left the area around 1 o'clock. But around 10 o'clock, there was an older black gentleman with a megaphone in the one common area by a fountain. And he was yelling, "Please don't show up tomorrow. Don't show up tomorrow. We want peace. We want peace. Don't show up tomorrow."
Oh, good.
And then, yeah, and then there's a little area that's just like a whole bunch of marble and whatnot for kids to draw with chalk and whatnot. And there is a whole bunch of messages like, "Make sure to show up tomorrow. Stop hate. Stop these Nazis," and those kind of messages.
So,
unfortunately,
go ahead.
But because it rained a little bit in the morning and then in the afternoon, it was kind of washed out, but you could vaguely make it out. I took a picture of it, but it's not really readable, so I didn't post it.
Do you know what the weather is expected to be like tomorrow?
It's going to be hot and humid and cloudy. That's what they're calling for.
And how much? So the hotel you're staying at, are you seeing a lot of press outlets there along with you?
No, I'm about 800 or 900 meters, or the 8 football fields away from the actual event. I can see. I'm on the 7th floor, so I can see the common itself from my hotel room.
Okay.
There were camera crews there when I came in the morning. I think they were like pre-recording for the pre-event or whatever, along with the cops. And like I saw some reporters out there reporting, probably for the news for the day of or whatever. Not.
What time is the rally tomorrow?
It starts it goes from noon to 2.
And you're going to be live streaming it, right?
I'm going to be live. Actually, I dropped my phone, and I wasn't sure if it's working. It's kind of glitching out. So I got to go down and get a new phone, which is kind of nice in a way because I'm still on an S6 Plus Edge, and the camera quality is as good as the new S8. So I'm going to be live streaming on that, and then I got my GoPro, and I'm going to be recording on that.
Okay, I will make sure to put a link to your channel in the description along with the time frame. Are you going to be doing any sort of pre-game streaming prior to the event starting?
I'm going to wake up fairly early. There's a Starbucks right in the lobby, so I'm going to go down and get fucking hammered on caffeine. Really, try to make it there, before everybody else. But I just saw on the Twitter feed where they're starting. The protest is starting probably about a mile out from the Commons. The Boston Commons is pretty much Boston Central Park, if you want to think that way. And they're starting about 3/4 of a mile from where I'm at, and they're literally going to be protesting through and right in front of the hotel I'm staying at. But I thought it'd be better probably to get there early to the actual park, so I can record everything that's going on. So I won't record them coming down the street or whatnot. But like I said on Bear Stream, I had a stream on mine. I'm going to try to kind of stay a little bit undercover, so I can kind of mingle into the anti-protest side. Because from what I'm seeing on Facebook and Twitter, there's going to be like 10, 12 times more people protesting against the protest, or against the rally, I should say.
Well, dude,
so I'm going to be careful. I'll be all right. I got goggles. I got goggles. I got a mask. I'm ready to go. Like I told my subscribers on the stream on my channel, I'm going to where the action is. I mean, if something happens, I'm running to it. You know, I want to get whatever I can on camera, and I want to get the best possible footage that I can. You know?
Yeah, just be careful.
Yeah, well,
footage is great, but don't get fucked up over it. Be careful out there.
Oh no, I'm not gonna. Like I said, I'm going to try to mingle in with both sides. I just want to. I'm not gonna be talking or yelling or shout. You know, I'm not gonna be on. I'm not gonna take sides, I guess you could say. Even though obviously I'm on the side of free speech, I just want to be able to freely record in and around the park and not be bothered.
Well, let's see. Is there anything else you want to ask Gutenberg?
No. I will be watching. What do you have an estimated time that you're going to start live streaming?
No, it's probably when people show up. I might, stream for a little bit, but I don't want to. I don't want to clog my feed up with like 10 live streams in one day. Yeah. So I'll probably just start a quick live stream in the morning.
Oh my God.
What?
Did you see what my wife just said in chat?
Send in you to film the Nazis. What could possibly go wrong?
Oh my God. Yeah, just stay safe out there, bud. That's I cannot stress enough. Those guys are assholes. They're crazy. You know that.
Yeah.
So be careful out there.
Yeah, I've been with them in DC. I'm not sure if it's going to be the actual Antifa kind of people showing up as we traditionally know them. With that, the mayor actually put a restriction on the park going in. No bats, no backpacks, no weapons. Like I think they're going to be kind of patting people down, so there will be no weapons or whatnot. And the mayor is up for re-election. He doesn't want a bloodbath on his hands.
Yeah.
So there's going to be a heavy police presence. I've read up to about 500 cops are going to be here in the park.
Yeah, sorry.
Go ahead.
Like Base Mama just said, scout escape routes, and
it's an open park.
Just be smart, stay safe, don't die.
Yeah, but that's not how you get the good footage.
Yeah, well, just live long enough to post it, okay?
Like I said, I'm not taking sides, so I'm not going to make myself a target, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, okay. Good. Don't.
I'm not going to be out there yelling and screaming and shit. I'm just going to be kind of mingling about recording. So as long as no one appoints me and goes, hey, there's a Nazi, I should be all right.
Well, that's going to be tough since you're totally Hitler.
Yeah, no shit. I see that nose, man. When you stream, does it? Are you linked up to your Twitter so people can watch that and know when you're live?
It should send a notification to Twitter.
Cool. Okay.
So I also changed my channel name too. With the recent all the demonetization going on, I mean, I haven't made money on my channel in 3 months anyway, but I don't want my views to get restricted. I don't so much care about the monetization. I did change my channel name to Gutenberg Videos from SG.
You changed it to what? Sorry.
Gutenberg Videos.
Gutenberg Video.
Okay.
Instead of SG videos. I just don't want to get hit on a list where I get put in that category where it's not shown. I don't care about the monetization. Like I said, I haven't made money in 3 months. Like I really don't give a shit about that. Like I don't need a Patreon. Like this trip is costing quite a bit for me. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's not that big a deal. Like I don't need a Patreon or anything like that. I just don't want the views to get restricted. You know.
Guys, I just dropped a link to his Twitter in the chat there. So if you want to follow this and watch live tomorrow, make sure you follow that.
Yeah, and I've added Gutenberg's channel and Twitter to the description. So if you don't see it now, you can just refresh and get it there.
Yeah, check it out. I'm an alright dude, kind of an asshole. But like I said, I'm not going to be instigating. But on the other hand, I'm not going to shy away from what's actually going on. Wherever the action is. I'm going to it, and going to stay as safe as I possibly can. So it's going to be an interesting time.
Yep. Well, I know I'll be watching, so I'll chat. Are you going to be able to see chat while you're doing this? Or are you just going to stream and just commentate?
I've never streamed mobile, and I got to get a new phone tomorrow, so I got to go back through and download like different programs. I never live streamed on mobile. I'm not sure if you can do the rear-facing camera and then also watch the chat. I'm not sure.
All right. Well, we'll find out tomorrow then. But either way, I'll be watching for sure. I basically have set aside Saturday to keep an eye on all of the events that are going on across the country, or at least plan to be. So.
Yeah, right on. And I told Monkey in a DM, any private footage that I have on my GoPro, you guys are welcome to it first before I actually upload it raw or upload it in the style of video that I do. So you guys can have access to that.
All right. Well, thanks, man. Hey, so anyway, stay safe and get caffeinated and try not to get killed by either side.
Yeah, right on. I'm going to be caffeinated out of my mind. I'm going to have like 10 empty fucking caramel macchiatos. I'm going to be ready to go. Anyway, you guys have a
just so you know, you're getting a lot of good feedback from the chat telling you to stay safe. Base Mama and your boy Pat and everybody hope that you do well.
Hey, thank you guys, and I love you all. And you guys have a good night, and check out my stream tomorrow.
Will do.
Stay safe.
I'm going to get hammered.
All right, take care, dude. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. Sanguine, thank you. Political satire set in Imperial Rome. Well, Mel Brooks already did History of the World Part 1. So
yes. So that makes it easy.
Okay, I'll make that attempt. It'll probably be a tomorrow thing, but
for those of you who might be wondering why Boston is such a flashpoint tomorrow, there's a lot of big names that are going to be there. You also have Boston Antifa, which is pretty prominent. Mm-hmm. So this could be a major shit show. I'm hoping it's not. I'm hoping it's a really calm and quiet. But man, fuck, it has the potential to be a real shit show.
I'll be happy if it's 6 hours of people yelling at each other and that's it. I mean, that is my ideal situation for all of these events from now until the end of eternity. I understand that's not going to be the case, but if you've got an opinion and you want to shout it out to the world, have at it, as long as that is where it begins and ends. Yeah. Anything beyond that, but I have concerns. I don't think I'm alone in that. For just life, limb, and property in general for the next 24 hours. So we will see. I will be basically glued to my computer tomorrow, just kind of watching streams and stuff and seeing what's going on because it's going to be interesting.
Yeah. My hope is that tomorrow, when it's just you and me and we do a Scribe and Money show, that we can talk about movies and shit because STA isn't there.
Right.
I don't want to talk about bad shit that happened in Boston.
Terry Diamantis, thank you. I think something will happen at Boston. It's more than a feeling. Oh!
Nice. Well played.
Oh! Terry.
Oh, Terry.
Oh, Terry, that was a good one. Oh, that takes the cake.
So, YouTube.
STA, were you done with your YouTube stuff?
She's muted. Did she step away?
No, I don't know.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
That's okay. Were you done with your YouTube stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. Monkey, what did you do today?
I made a video.
Yeah, you did.
I made a video about Peter Coffin. If you guys don't know who Peter Coffin is, he kind of ruined his internet reputation a few years back when he started messaging this Asian chick on Twitter, and she blocked him. So he started posing as his Asian girlfriend to give her more shit. And of course, the internet found out that it was actually him and just fucking trashed his whole reputation. But he's still out there making videos.
Didn't he establish a fake Twitter account for his fake girlfriend?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a big. He was elaborate in his bullshit. But now he just makes his little SJW videos, and his one today was about how horrible centrists are, basically. And what he did was he talked about the Charlottesville incident, I guess we'll call it. And he only, in his mind, there were only two kinds of people in Charlottesville that day. Nazis and not Nazis. And if you're not part of the not Nazis, then you're a Nazi, or at least a Nazi light. He doesn't even mention the fact that Antifa was there. Never even brings it up. In his video, it's just there were Nazis and people who are against Nazis. And the simple fact of the matter is that's a bullshit lie. It is entirely possible to hate the Nazis and hate the other assholes who were there. Think they are all just bad people who probably should stay home. But then he says something near the end. He starts talking about postmodernism. And he says that in postmodernism, they don't believe in facts. I'm like, what?
Huh?
But facts exist. What he meant to say, or at least what postmodernism actually talks about, is that nobody is ever right. That's the main gist behind it. The opinions you and I hold today in 100 years could be considered entirely wrong. So there's no moral right or wrong is what they get to. And he takes that and turns it into there's no facts, which is moronic on a level. I'm not kidding. It gave me a little bit of a headache when I heard it. I'm not exaggerating. I was like, you cannot be this fucking stupid. So I responded to that and defended centrism because I believe that the extremes are a bad place to be. I think it's entirely possible to look at both left and right and find good and bad in them. For far too many people try to make centrism into you don't take a stand. I take a stand on pretty much everything. I give my opinion all the time, and I'm never wishy-washy about it. What centrism is that you're just not part of the extremes where you just follow along because that's what you're supposed to do. And I was actually really surprised and pleasantly so that the comments have been really, really supportive of what I said. Given the fact that the other day I just, in my Trump video, mentioned that I was a centrist and pissed off a whole bunch of people. I didn't realize being a centrist could, piss somebody off. But yeah, the reaction was really nice. And thank you guys for that. That's all I did.
Real quick. Thank you, Sanguine. People need to learn the enemy of your enemy may still be your enemy and to not make heroes of villains. An ad for a Baozi, a Chinese steamed buns place. Well, you know what, Sanguine? In the time it took Monkey to talk about his video, I have an ad for you already.
Before you get to that, on Twitter, I said something very similar. My version of that is the enemy of my enemy can still be a fucking moron. And that's something that too many people need to learn. Just because somebody hates the same person you do doesn't mean they're worthy of your attention. Anyway, sorry about that.
Okay. Okay. All right, here we go. So this is for Sanguine's Baozi Chinese steam buns place. New at Sir Adamantine's House of Celestial Sins, the new review show, Sanguine's Baozi Boys. See the hottest Chinese buns this side of the Yangtze River. Enjoy some Asian persuasion at Sir Adamantine's, thanks to Sanguine.
Nice.
Let's see. So for me, let's see. Well, aside from the stream, I'm working on a video from Seriously TV. I think I mentioned this last night, where they asked the question, is Black Power racist? Or Black Pride racist, sorry. And like I say, the question by itself is seemingly evident to me, but it's not so much that, but the content of the video itself, where they do a little comedy skit where our speaker is questioned by your average white people on what he means by his raised fist and all this other stuff. And Yeah, it's brief, but it's interesting attempt to try to excuse violent militant organizations of the past 30 years or so.
Gotcha.
So I'll get to that. I have the video chopped up. I got the script ready. I just have to record the audio and assemble everything. Secondly, I forget who it was. I gotta give credit where credit is due real quick here. 1 second, because yesterday I posted my video from the TEDx talk, and after the stream last night, I was responding to some comments, and C3 section, that's his name on YouTube. Noticed a editing error that I had somehow left in the middle of the video. And it was egregious enough, or at least embarrassing enough, that I took down the video, fixed the editing, and re-uploaded it. So I wanted to give a thanks to C3
What
section.
happened?
Well, I had overlapped some of the raw video with my audio, because I was, what's the short version of this? I was using the new animated avatar that Polydub made for me. And in my editing software, even though there's no sound to that avatar, like the little video, it does still create a audio track. And the way that Vegas works in putting video clips together, I had overshot where I put the raw video compared to the actual commentary, and so they overlapped for about 20 seconds or something, and it was a mess. So I had to go in and fix it and then re-render and repost. So I'm a bit of a perfectionist, and since I don't have to worry about monetization anymore, it really didn't matter that I lost, whatever the first 100 views or whatever it was. So, yeah. Although Amanda Wolfchild, she lost her first comment, which I'm very sad about. So, other than that, I already plugged Last Boy Scout on Sunday. After watching The Defenders, I almost immediately jumped on my computer here and did a quick live stream ranting about The Defenders. The operative word is almost.
I'm still hurt.
I didn't. Well, okay,
You're hurt because he didn't do it because of you?
It's the thought that counts.
God, before she's upset that I make a fake breaking news thing, so nothing happened, but she's still upset at me. And now she's upset that I didn't do something. Hey, Columba. All right.
Didn't do nothing.
I didn't do nothing. So there you go. But that's all for my YouTube stuff. We're a little late in the game. Do we want to cover any deep topic stuff, or we can go straight to chat?
I actually have a deep topic tonight, but I think I'll save it for another day. It's not one that's pressing, and we're really near the end. So,
well, I mean, do you think 10 minutes would be? We can give 10 minutes to it.
Oh, we can. Sure. We'll see what happens. Maybe we'll just pick it up another day if we have to.
Sure.
Theron Meyer has a new video out, and it's titled "What Anti-SJWs Won't Tell You," or "What Anti-SJW YouTubers Won't Tell You."
Okay.
And when I first saw it, I'm like, oh God, because I like Theron, but sometimes she can push my buttons.
I'm not familiar with this person. What is she, who is this? I don't know the name.
Transsexual from Canada. She was big in the Bill C-16 stuff. She actually
okay. I think I remember now.
Testified before their Senate. But her main point, it's not as bad as it sounds. It was that a lot of times the creators you're watching are making videos more for your audience than for themselves. Not saying that they don't believe in what they're saying, but that if they were doing it just for what they wanted to, they might do something different. And I was wondering I was wondering what you guys think about the notion of people making videos specifically for their audience.
Real quick, thank you, Adam R. Hey, Scribe, I forgot it's payday. Time to get me a shirt. Yay! Ad for Bloodwing's homegrown tobacco.
Oh.
Okay. I as a quick self-aggrandizing plug, I did make a Teespring store as an experiment. There's a link in the description. I've got 2 different shirts and 2 different mugs available. And there's also a Tongue Butter Turtle Cave shirt in there. If you're at all interested. I probably screwed up the creation of the store, so give it a shot. I don't know if you'll actually get the shirts, because I guess if 10 are not bought, then no shirts are sent at all or something.
And if that's the case, we'll fix it up for you.
Okay. Anyway, there you go. But moving on. So, creating videos for your audience. I think SDA was about to speak.
Yeah. I don't know why. Okay. I haven't seen the video, but if you're framing it correctly, I think it's stupid when YouTubers come out like, I have something to tell you guys. Sometimes we just make content for the view. No shit. I mean, because for a lot of us, this is part of a job or something, at least half a job, because we do some. I mean, especially for us, since it serves almost as like an ad for these streams, which is where if we're going to make any money, we make money here because of you lovely chat people. Yeah. Sometimes I have 2 video ideas and I'm like, which one's going to get me views? That's not weird.
In fairness to Theron, she wasn't doing it as she wasn't negative about it at all.
Okay.
The reasons she did it, she said that she's actually been doing an experiment for the last month or so where she's changed the way she does her videos, but not in a real noticeable way.
Mm-hmm.
But to where she's doing more of what she wants to. That's still that she thinks the audience might like, but it's more true to herself. And I'm with you. I'm of the opinion. There are times I make videos specifically because I think the audience will like it. I still say the things. It's something I believe in, but it's not necessarily a video I would have made because I deeply cared about it. It was just, to be entertaining.
Yeah,
Hopefully
absolutely. Yeah, it's not that I don't think that YouTubers by and large are lying about what they really believe in.
Right. And she does make that point, is that she doesn't think that most of them, and I will say, I think there's a few who I'm not positive they believe what they say, but I'm not pointing fingers, naming names. Hey, do you. But yeah, I run into this with many people that don't seem to think that this is an entertainment platform. And it might not be for everybody, but for a lot of us, yeah. I make videos because I want to make people laugh. I really do. That's my main goal. And I might make a serious video once in a while if I think a subject is really, really important. But for the most part, I want to share my ideas and make people laugh.
Yeah, I mean, sorry.
I was just going to say, I mean, as an English major, I just got to say real quick, I know a thing or two about writing for your audience, because to be a successful English major, it's not so much writing what you want to write as it is getting a read on your professor and writing what they want to hear.
Oh boy.
Now, to get ahead in the world, that's perfectly legit. It's not necessarily fun. It's not necessarily self-expressive, but it's legit. Since starting on YouTube, I, to the best of my knowledge, short of a collaboration where someone sends me something or they want to work on something, everything that I've done has been first and foremost for me, if that makes any sense. I mean, and of course, I mean, if I do a video on something that people respond well to, like Dr. Hoff as an example, I find Dr. Hoff fascinating. Would I have done as many Dr. Hoff videos as I have if the feedback wasn't that great? I can't say. I mean, if nobody cared for video X or something, or some series that I do, maybe I wouldn't do it. But as far as I know, nothing I script, nothing I say is necessarily to please someone else first and foremost, if that makes sense.
It does. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
And that's why I put the caveat in there, is most people on here are in it for the views. They're in it for the attention.
Sure.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
No.
Oh no, there's not. There's not.
No.
I mean, if I wanted to make content, sorry, go ahead.
I say, but there are people like Scribe who do it because it's cathartic for them.
Mm-hmm.
It's But what were you gonna say? I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay. I thought you were done. If you're not done, go ahead.
No, I am.
Okay.
We're so polite.
Okay. I was just gonna say, if I was gonna make content that really was stuff that I wanted to talk about 100% of the time, I would probably start a channel where I talk about writing and I talk about books, which I've thought about doing, because people don't like it when I put it on this channel. Not, you know, my main, and I get why, but I thought about doing that just because I like talking about it. But yeah, it's not that I don't like talking about politics. Of course I do. But yeah, sometimes I'm like, if I do it now, this video is going to get a lot of views. So it's like there's a current issue, and I'm like, oh, when I make my Charlottesville video, that's going to get views. People are going to watch it.
Well, I mean, we don't get into this to not be heard. So
yeah, exactly.
caring about views to the exclusion of anything else is probably, I mean, I guess it depends on what your motivations are. But yeah, I mean, I'm glad when I see one of my videos tops, 500 views or something. I mean, for me, that's a lot. So because it means at least 500 people took 10 seconds to at least start my video, if not watch the whole thing. Now, I thought of one thing, though. There is one thing I will occasionally plant in a video, and that is a callback in some fashion to a past video or a past series. As for anybody who's such a diehard fan that they've binged all my stuff, that they'll have a little reward for having watched other things, that kind of stuff. But that's not so much as like I'm doing it because that's what the fans want me to do, but just as like a little thing in acknowledgement to those people who follow my stuff consistently.
That's the English major in you.
Yeah, I tend to do echoing and things. But speaking of English majoring, I have an ad ready already.
Oh, cool.
For because my brain just suddenly dropped. Adam R's ad that he wanted for Bloodwing. So here we go, and this is from Adam R to Bloodwing. Howdy, folks. In this time of health nuts and vegan aliens, sometimes you just want to drift back to the good old days of coughed up tar balls and gum cancer. Bloodwing's homegrown Southern tobacco has all the flavor and nutrients you've come to expect from a man who makes moonshine in his part-time. So when you've got a hankering to smoke or to chew your life away, think Bloodwing.
Well done.
There you go.
I just want to ask chat real quick because, you guys are the ones that follow us around every night. And thank you, by the way, for being that autistic. I really appreciate it.
Jesus.
No, it's just amazing to me that there are people who are here every night, and I really do appreciate it. I love you.
Thank you for having a learning disability.
That's not a learning disability. Usually they learn better. I mean, look at what Zenith did. He figured out that you are basically Osama bin Laden.
Yeah.
That's worse than being Hitler, by the way. But anyway, how would you guys feel about me making a video that was about like writing and book stuff?
Well, see, that's one of the other things that I've talked to several creators about. We do the stream every 3 days on my channel, but if you look at my channel, you're only going to see maybe 1 or 2 streams at any time in my video list, because people come to us, they find us and they expect that kind of content. And if you try changing too much, it can alienate some of them.
Yeah.
Which is fine if you're okay with that. But that's another part of playing to the audience. I try to keep my videos the main focus of my channel because that's what people found me and like me for. So,
yeah.
Well, sorry.
I was going to say that's why I made a secondary channel for at least at present, the focused BDSM stuff, because it's not commentary. It's not, being snarky at some other video or something. It's just personal kind of stuff in a very niche topic. Although I've been debating about what to do with that channel because I haven't updated it with any BDSM stuff for at least a couple of months now. So I keep thinking I want to do something maybe like talk about serial killers or dark stuff or something, since it's sort of but I don't know. We'll see.
People are saying to make a new channel. I don't know. I meant to say that I would make a new channel. I don't know if I actually said it. I said it in my head, but it would be a completely different channel, not just, I wouldn't start integrating it into my main channel because that doesn't make any sense. My main channel is for me to yell at Riley. To talk about books. So, okay. Yeah, I might do it. I mean, in all my free time, but in all my spare time. But yeah.
But yeah, I just wanted to know what you guys thought about that, because the idea that we shouldn't I'll use the word pander to the audience. I think as long as you're being sincere in what you're saying, there's no problem with it.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, if you're making shit up just to get an audience, then I mean, I wouldn't do that. Like, if you want to and you're good at bullshitting people, then fine. But I feel like people might figure it out.
Yeah, I try not to do a video just to do a video. I try to do only videos on stuff that actually gets my hackles up in some way, shape, or form. Not just filler. I've stopped working on several videos in the past that I just felt like I got like halfway through and I thought, I don't care enough. It's like there's not enough energy in me about this subject or whatever, so I'll just toss it aside. Thank you, Snubber. Scribe, I can totally see doing a creepypasta SCP reading. God, there are so many of those channels out there, though. You know, creepy. I'm not even, and as much as I know lots of creepy stuff, I mean, a Lovecraft fan forever. Some of that SCP stuff is just, damn. People spend a lot of time going into detail on some of that stuff, and I'd just be overwhelmed trying to do that.
G. Bonner asked if I'd ever heard any more from that Teen Vogue person, and no, I mean, I haven't, where I'm not surprised about that.
That's a good segue into chat time. So, guys, if you have questions for us,
Robert Chalk, what did you do?
What? Robert Chalk.
Sanguine and Robert apparently have found Poisoning the Well streaming somewhere and asked about turtle caves. Fat Pat said he avoids turtle caves and goes straight for the clam ditch.
Oh,
clam ditch. Oh, man.
Guys, I'm going to have to explain turtle caves to them tomorrow if you guys keep this up. Whatever you do, don't
please film that with your phone. Please film that conversation. When you have that conversation, so guys, what do you think about tongue buttering the turtle cave?
I'm not doing that. No.
Adam R says, "Hey Scribe, are you the actor on those Captain Obvious commercials?"
He looks like it, that's for sure.
No, what? I do?
What? Yeah, a little bit.
I don't even know what those commercials are because I don't have TV. Captain Obvious. I'll have to look it up. But no, I'm not an actor in any professional sense. Personal, that's a completely separate issue. Captain Obvious.
So yeah, guys, questions, comments, concerns, throw them out there.
Oh, you mean the guy with the big beard? No, I don't look anything like him.
He does. And don't mention my name, please. Thank you.
Mention her name a lot.
Say my
name. This is the one time I'm giving you permission. Snickering Bear has been asking or saying this since the beginning. Monkey, Scribe Light, and Some Dumb American, will you do more live streams with Minding Freedom? Please do more live streams with Minding Freedom. It was fucking hilarious. I have enjoyed both times he's been on with us. It's been funny. The first one, I hurt when we were done. I was laughing so hard.
Yeah, no, like if you guys remember that, I don't think I've ever laughed so much on a stream before. I like lost my shit.
That's when I was gone, wasn't it?
No, you were there.
No, you were there.
Yeah, remember because Monkey was like, so in German, how would you ask for the front douche instead of the back?
Oh, right, yes.
And like I was laughing and I like couldn't stop laughing, and then once I finally calmed down, whatever I was laughing about caught up to Lady Monkey, and so that set her off, which in turn set me off. And you guys were like, "Are you okay?" I was like, not really.
Well, I mean, sure, if we can arrange it. We have guest nights every Thursday now, so if that can be arranged.
Yeah, I so far I've liked all our guests. But yeah, I've not laughed that hard in a stream.
Is Monkey roboting or am I?
That was a little bit on Monkey's side.
Okay.
Am I better?
Yeah, I'm just making sure because I can't tell.
Yeah, I did really enjoy that.
Netarumi asks, Scribe Light favorite story from Lovecraft. If you can find it, and I don't think it's too tough. If you can find the reading of Herbert West Reanimator, done by Jeffrey Combs, who played the Reanimator in the movie. He does an unabridged reading of that story. I cannot recommend that highly enough. But as far as like the story that creeped me out the most when I read it as a kid, probably Rats in the Walls. Rats in the Walls creep the fuck out of me. Yeah, so that's my recommendation.
Scribe Light, what's your favorite novel?
My favorite novel. Well, like I've said this before consistently. It is a book from the 90s called Cain, C-A-I-N, by, I believe it's Byron Huggins. I'll double check that, make sure. But it is a book that needs to be made into a movie. It's got all the elements of a great B-movie action film. It's got a ex-special forces guy chasing down a demonically possessed monster with occult wizardry and vampire. It's great. It's absolutely great. It's everything you could want from a guy film. It's great. So you can find it, Byron Huggins, Cain, C-A-I-N.
Alex asked me, but Scribe, you can answer to SDA. You won't have any opinion on this. What movie do you prefer, Mortal Kombat or Bloodsport? Bloodsport, of course.
Bloodsport by leaps and miles.
Mortal Kombat was so bad. Just so bad.
It's cheese bad in a way, but Bloodsport, man. Okay, USA, bottom brick. You know, there's just so many good one-liners, and it's basically, I mean, Bloodsport is essentially a Street Fighter the movie. Because when you get to the fight scenes, it's different styles fighting each other. You got like the spider monkey guy versus the sumo guy. It's great.
Oh, I love the spider monkey guy.
Yeah,
he was jumping around the ring for no fucking reason.
I know.
Oh my God.
Let's see, Ace Phoenix. What do we think about the Disney film Bedknobs and Broomsticks? Probably Angela Lansbury looking her most attractive when she was young. Because Angela Lansbury, I tell you what, when she was young, she was hot. I haven't
seen that since I was like 10.
I
don't even remember it.
I loved that movie when I was a kid. It was great. I still remember the song because the guy who was in Mary Poppins as the dad is in that movie. And I always remember the song he sang when he's like, Portobello Road, Portobello Road. And like, oh, I love that film.
Have you seen that one, SDA?
No.
It's an older one, and it's more live action. So
yeah, is it like Mary Poppins? Because I watched Mary Poppins as a kid, and I fucking hated Mary Poppins.
It is a lot like Mary Poppins in the sense you have a central female character who is enchanted or magical in a way. I mean, she's a witch in the movie, and she's taking care of children. There are integrated scenes of live action and animation in the course of things, and but she gets to fight Nazis with witchcraft. It's amazing. It's great.
Mm-hmm.
I hate Wizard of Oz. Ben, so do I. I always hated Wizard of Oz, and every year it came on, and I had to watch that, and yeah, I hated it.
Literally asked favorite Lovecraft homage. Well, John Carpenter's The Thing is about as excellent a Lovecraft homage as you could ask for. So I'd say The Thing is the first thing that comes to mind. Next after that would be In the Mouth of Madness. In the Mouth of Madness and The Thing are the two ones.
I'm having issues because people are talking about how hot Angela Lansbury was thanks to you.
Mm-hmm. Hey, look her up. Look up Angela Lansbury when she was young. Holy cats, man.
Yeah, but she's like 900 now.
Well, everyone was young once. You can't... Like, Marilyn Monroe still looks good, and she'd be like 172 now or something. So, well, whatever.
Yeah, but she died before we got to see how wrinkled she looked.
Yeah, I guess. Scribe Light, The Thing was based on a story by John W. Campbell. No, I understand that, but the elements of John Carpenter's interpretation of it has many, many Lovecraft elements. The sense of paranoia, the invader from another planet, the tentacles, the sort of theme of personal isolated apocalypse. The John W. Campbell story is good, but it's not nearly as well Lovecraftian as John Carpenter's interpretation.
Minding Freedom says in all caps, Ranting Monkey, you talked about Christy Winter's Smush Cookie.
Oh,
You nasty fucker. I don't think I'm allowed to bring that up again for a few days.
Scribe Light, John Wayne or Clint Eastwood? The Duke. Always the Duke.
No, Clint Eastwood.
Well, okay, by a hair. I mean, if you're gonna say which is the better, John Wayne, but only by a hair, because Clint Eastwood is practically the modern John Wayne. I mean, just as far as everything else he's done, plus just he's still a badass after Gran Torino. Holy shit.
I would elevate him above John Wayne 1, because by the end John Wayne was fat as fuck. And it's
so
true.
because Clint Eastwood's a skeleton, then he's got your vote.
No, he's still, I mean, what is he, like 90 now? And he's still in shape and stuff.
He's still intimidating, I'll give you that.
He is. He's a giant man who just looks like he could kick the shit out of you.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not taking anything away from the Duke, but even going back to Clint Eastwood's early movies, Fistful of Dollars, all of that shit.
Or Return of the Creature. Remember Return of the Creature, where he played the lab assistant for 2 seconds?
I don't know.
That was the Creature from the Black Lagoon movie, and it was his first role, as far as I know.
I love his older stuff. Mm-hmm. He's always just been, macho.
SDA, what is your favorite holiday movie?
So my favorite holiday is Halloween, because look,
emo.
I'm still a little in my emo phase, right? Leave me alone. Anyway,
Gotcha.
and I really like occult stuff and like freaky stuff. So my favorite Halloween movie is it's either Hocus Pocus or Halloween Town.
Hocus Pocus, Halloween Town. I don't know that I know that one.
It's a Disney Channel movie.
And
Debbie Reynolds was in it, and like,
oh god,
when she died, I was like, "Who's that?" And my mom was like, Debbie Reynolds, And then I looked her up, and I was like, "Oh, the grandma from Halloween Town died." No, like that was my.
Emperor Vulcan says, "Do you think Lauren Southern knew what was going on with Rebel, and that was part of the reason she left?" Well, according to the video that came out yesterday.
Have you guys seen that?
What?
Have you seen the video? Like the whole thing?
Exactly. Yeah. So according to the video that was and again, this is someone else's rumor mill stuff, so it may or may not be true. Lauren Southern left because she was ordered or asked to do a video asking for more money for a particular fundraising campaign after they had reached and exceeded the amount of money they needed for the thing, and she refused to do it because no more money was necessary, and she felt like it was kind of beyond the scope of ethical, and that is why she was fired, not quit. But that, again, this is what is being said by a third party who it may or may not be accurate. I don't know, but that's what we've been told so far. Let's see. Any other questions, guys? If we've already missed your questions from before, please repost them. Let's see. Nightmare Before Christmas. That's usually what I hear people say of their favorite Christmas film if they've got people. I don't see the draw so much. I mean, the visuals are interesting. But, yeah.
I like The Corpse Bride.
I haven't seen that one.
It's not, look, any goth kid's gonna tell you that it's like the best thing ever. It's not. It's entertaining. It's a lot more entertaining than the Nightmare Before Christmas, that's for sure. But I mean, it's not like a cinematic masterpiece either. It's just a good movie.
Todd Packer says, "Do you think she was paid off as well?" I have no idea. I don't know. Let's see. Polydub, and again, just want to thank Polydub for making up that animated avatar that I'm using now. Have you guys seen No Bullshit's newest really shill-tastic total drama garbage vid on the Rebel Media happenings? I haven't. Have either of you seen that one?
I have not.
Seen what?
No Bullshit's latest video on the Rebel Media
I don't think
drama.
I've even seen a single No Bullshit video.
Mm-hmm. Base Mama says, Scribe, if you could only recommend one book to help someone in life, what book would it be? Probably
Spunky.
No, not Spunky. Probably the Richest Man in Babylon. If you want the absolute basics on how to attain, keep, and grow wealth in your life and not be strapped for cash the rest of your life. There's some great, just simple advice in that book, and I got it when I graduated high school, and some of the things in there I still abide by. Thank you, James Koch. Will you do an ad for an all-dom fantasy football league? You can do it whenever I'm on my way to work, so I can't really watch you guys. All-dom. Well, I'll tell you what, James, I will put that down on my list along with Sanguine's movie ad, and I will cook that up between now and tomorrow. And whenever I see you live next in the stream, I will read it so you're present for it. That sounds all right to you. That's what I do. I want people to be present when they get their ad read so they can be there for it and know where to clip it if they want to clip it for something else, because some people have done that. But okay, so James, I got you on my list. I will cook that up between today and tomorrow's stream. If I see you, I'll read it then and save it for you if I don't. Let's see. Now we're at the 10-minute mark, guys, so 10-minute warning. Donald the Repentless, Scribe Light, Ranting Monkey, and I'm assuming SDA. I'm really wanting to know this. Is 600 views in a few months a good thing?
Yeah, it's a channel.
Sure. Well, 600 views on a single video? Sure. I mean, that's about where most of my videos hit that aren't streams. Like the monkey streams, the Lords of the Night streams, upwards like 800 to 900 views on my channel, depending on the night or something. So that's pretty cool. Scribe, Monkey, and SDA. Have you seen the Gandhi movie? Do you mean the Ben Kingsley one? Yes, a couple times now. It's a long time ago.
No, I find Gandhi boring.
It's a good sort of epic tale-ish movie. You really have to be in the mood to sit through it because it's long and not very exciting, but it got some Oscars. Bearing Cab, thank you. I'm coming to drink with Jeff and SDA tomorrow. I owe him some alcohol for that glitter incident.
Yay!
Yeah, you do.
Oh boy, and
we're gonna have so much fun.
Yeah, you can talk about tongue buttering turtle caves.
No.
Let's see.
Base Mama asked me how I got my first kiss. My mom had a friend with a really slutty daughter, and we were left alone for a while, and that's how it was.
Oh my god.
True story.
Some Dumb American, says Polydub. Have you seen Francis Ford Coppola's Dracula?
What?
The movie Francis Ford Coppola's Dracula with like Gary Oldman as Dracula.
Yes.
Keanu Reeves. I'm assuming SDA has not seen this. Yeah. I liked some of the imagery and visuals in that movie, but as a movie, it's...
I've seen Van Helsing with Hugh Jackman.
There you go. That's
something.
That is a thing. That is a thing that happened. Let's see. Scribe Light, Soylent Green movie thoughts. The kerchief that Charlton Heston wears. The fashion in that movie is unappealing, but yeah. It is sad that was, I believe that was Edward G. Robinson's last movie. And so if I'm correct about that, his character's exit scene from that movie was creepily appropriate, but also, yeah. Let's see. What else is going on? Okay, we're at the 7 minutes left, guys. Any questions?
Your favorite Home Alone movie?
If I had to have a favorite, it'd probably be the first one, because that was at least entertaining and original when it came out, and everything that came afterwards was a cheap imitation.
Yeah.
Sanguine says, Scribelight, have you ever read Larry Correa's Monster Hunter International? You describing Kane is a lot like that. I've never heard of it, so I've never read it. No. SDA, have you ever been friend zoned? Asked Based Mama.
I don't think so. I really don't know.
You don't know if you've been friend. Well, I mean, have you ever had like a crush on somebody that just wouldn't respond to it?
Well, yeah, I've been 12, but like that's not
okay.
That doesn't really count. Like not since people actually started dating each other. I don't really know. but I also haven't attempted to date anybody in like 2 years, so there's also that.
Nothing for you here. Would you like to have characters based off you made into a tabletop game? Well, without giving away the details, I actually have already in real life. I had a friend who wrote role-playing books, and they asked for some suggestions one time. Actually, there was a raffle to have basically a copy of you put into the story, and I won. And so I had details of my real life turned into a role-playing game character. And again, since I can't name it, there is a well-known, semi-popular video game out there that's come out in the last 5 years or so, where one of the NPCs is named after a name I gave to my friend because they were writing for the video game. I can't tell you which video game it is, but it's out there, and it's part of the video game history forever. Would you guys like to be role-playing game characters?
No.
Yeah.
No. There you go.
It'd be fun.
Monkey.
Oh, nothing for you here. I've been working on mine for a couple of years. Scribe, I was going to use your channels. Oh, so the characters we are, so to speak, as characters in your game? Well, I don't know. Is there a copyright issue with that?
Oh, there could be with mine.
Yeah. Let's see. Base Mama says, I got friend zoned by the captain of the math and computer clubs. I have a type.
You got friend zoned by a giant nerd.
How could you get friend zoned? That doesn't seem possible to me. But then what do I know? Let's see. That's why he's asking. He's asking for permission to use our likenesses.
Who was asking for this?
Nothing for you here is asking this.
No.
Yeah. If you want to create a character based or inspired by, but I think using our actual handles, names, or mannerisms or something is probably some sketchy territory there somewhere.
Yeah. Make your own characters.
Do you ever feel like you're too old for some technology, or do you think people nowadays will be able to adapt to technology better? I've always been very good with technology, so I haven't had a problem yet. My dad, on the other hand, couldn't figure out how to use his computer half the time. I don't understand why.
I think I adapted technology fairly well, although I'm a slow adapter because in the sense that I know how quickly fads come and go. I know how quickly the thing that's like, oh, the popular deal today will be like replaced, because I was sort of on the front lines when I worked at a video store when it was either DVD or HD DVD. And there was this big like, oh, which one will survive? And HD DVD went the way of Betamax. Though I do, as I've mentioned before on the streams, sometimes I do sit back in awe at some of the technological advancements that have been made just within my lifetime, and how I can remember years and years back when none of this stuff existed, and I like, how did things operate before any of this existed? You know, I'm glad I have at least a little bit of perspective on the world before this boom of information technology. SDA, do you adapt quickly to technology?
I'm still freaking blown away that I bought a flash drive yesterday that has 32 freaking gigabytes on it for $8.
Isn't that crazy? Because if you look up,
I can't tell if you're being sarcastic or not. No, you're always mean when you talk to me.
No. If you look up, geez Louise, well, I'll never say a thing again to you. I was just going to say that if you look up ads for like external hard drives from like the late 80s or early 90s, you had to buy like a 5 megabyte external hard drive that cost you like $3,000 or something. I remember seeing this ad for this thing, and I just thought, holy shit, if only they knew what was coming down the pike. 30 gigabytes on a flash drive, yeah.
Ken Lee says, remember waiting for the TV to warm up? We're not that old.
The old TV that my grandpa had did that when I would visit him, but that's the closest I recall. We're at the 1 minute warning mark, guys, or probably less now that I've started talking. So guys, thank you so much for coming out tonight. Chat, our moderators, thank you so much for watching over things. Thanks again to Gutenberg for taking a moment out of his reporting on the scene to give us an update on that. Remember to look for his link and information in the description below. Also, there's a link to the location where SDA will be having her meetup tomorrow. If you are interested in either going there or seeing people and stuff. Sunday will be the Last Boy Scout stream with Monkey and I on this channel at noon Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern. And tomorrow night, it will be Monkey and I doing the Scribe and Money show as we watch whatever the fallout was from all of the protests oncoming. Or, if nothing happened, fingers crossed, we'll just, rant about movies for a couple hours.
And again, Baywatch will be on Mars channel at 7 p.m. on Sunday.
Yes.
Because I'm busy tomorrow night, obviously.
Yep. So there we go. Guys, thank you so much for coming out tonight. Ranting Monkey SDA, as always, thank you for joining me. And everyone, I hope you have a safe and productive evening. And if you happen to be in one of the towns that are having these demonstrations tomorrow, whether you're Gutenberg or otherwise, stay safe and take care. Night-night.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.